Hi, my in-game name is Stormblessed4, and today is November 9th, 2023. Now, I live in the United States, but I'm preparing to leave home for 2 years to go to Argentina, and my best friend, HostileWind, suggested that I make an RLCraft series before I leave. Now, I don't exactly have time to, record gameplay of interesting events, right? Because I only have, 2 weeks left. But I did want to read through a journal that I've been keeping over the past year that details all of my thought process as I've been building my RLCraft base. So I'm going to read that to you today. This first entry is from January 12th, 2023. I am in the process of building a castle-like structure for my base. As of today, the flooring of the first level is done. I did cobblestone with dark oak pathways and granite cobblestone edges where little rises in the floor occur. The walls have 3 layers, leaves for the inner layer, water, and cobblestone for the outer layer. I am planning on creating a pillar-looking structure along the outside of the wall to give it some depth. They're solely for decoration on the outside, sort of half pillars. So they don't actually have a lot of depth to them, but they look pretty cool. I've designed the top part of the wall in a Pocket Edition world, which is a creative world, by the way, which is what will make the base look like a castle fortress, as you guys can see from my base showcase, which I should have recorded already. I have not done so yet. I should have recorded it by the time you guys actually, watch this video. By the way, all of the gaming footage that you'll see in these videos is just going to be random times when I'm working on building my base, probably the 3rd story or the roof of the 3rd story, and that is just background. It doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm actually reading. So if you want to get the most out of these videos, make sure you have your volume up. I'm just saying. Now, on the inner wall, I have created a design where glass and diorite cobblestone appear to be swirling around each other in 2-block long, 1-block high tendrils along the length of the dark oak wall. Where they meet, there's a glowstone block. This pattern is halfway complete on the short side of the wall. Also, where the hillside once was, I built my walls on top of it in some parts. I've replaced the dirt and rocks and such with andesite cobblestone. My base preserves the natural geology it was built upon, just essentially replaced the dirt with rock. As of right now, there are 2 entrances on the bottom floor, and I might add another utilizing a cave underneath part of the base. That never happened. It was kind of a fun idea, but it wasn't super logical as far as I remember. Yeah. Might have been cool. Might have been a cool moat or something, but it's totally fine. Maybe it will happen. I mean, the future's still open, sort of, for 2 weeks. I won't have access to technology like video making capabilities or even playing Minecraft over the next couple years, so I want to get this done as soon as possible. Anyway, there is a giant gate-like opening fit for a dragon to fit through, maybe. I'm not sure about that. And the other is a small opening of similar design by the villager outpost tower I'm building the walls somewhat around. The tower is a corner of the base. I'm also planning on building statues which will act as sentries or entrance guards by each of the gates, for two for the large gate and 1 for the small gate, as you guys can see in my showcase video. This bottom level of the base will hold most of my storage, as well as other things such as the enchanting table, the entrance to the mine, and a smelting/crafting station, most likely. That didn't happen because I ended up building a storage area, a storage cavern, which I did not plan on doing at this stage. The second level will consist of a pillar upheld lookout section, which will be open. I'm not sure what it will hold, nor what will be contained in the possibly dome-shaped level I plan to build on top of it, which will be the 3rd and final level. However, I do plan to create a farm on the 2nd level as well. Those are my base plans so far. I might also build a few towers around the area and dragon-ruined village I've made my home as time goes on. However, once I finish the bottom level and my storage system, I plan to do a great deal of exploring and looting around my world. I want to record these ventures and write short stories based on the events of the recordings. Unfortunately, that has not happened either. All of my time was spent in building the space over the past year, and also, living. Life's been crazy. These stories will make up the book of the world, each life and discovery a new chapter. I do believe in that. One wishful perspective I've kept is that all of this RLCraft playing is in preparation for Hightail, the mod itself foreshadowing the type of adventure I look forward to in the future game. Still looking forward to it. I say that a little bit solemnly. I'm trying to find playing and hopefully even recording/video making styles that work for me and that I enjoy. I'm trying to find where my talents lie and what I want to further develop. Hopefully all of these efforts aren't in vain. I feel good about all of this, I always have. And so, in partnership with time, I will discover, author, and tell the stories within me, using the foundation of RLCraft and Minecraft. Next entry. This was written on January 20th. I decided to add a waterfall entrance to my base, which is basically just water flowing behind a large gate within glass. It doesn't look quite as good as I hoped, but I think I'm going to stick with it for now. As for my storage system, I ran into a concern. I was talking to HostileWind about this world, and he described a storage center several blocks underground to keep the items safe. In RLCraft, you cannot waterlog the chests, which is one of the most frustrating aspects of the game for me, because I like my chests to be safe. However, in this version, safe from explosions especially. However, in this version, they are subject to burning and explosions, which is a real bummer. So, I've resolved to need a more secure location for them, and HostileWind said ground level is not safe. I could simply create a lit room where I was originally planning to set up the chests and call it good, and I am leaning towards that option. Or I could create an underground cavern. Or I could use the second floor for storage, which might be nice if I could just fly to it. However, my further concern is that this first floor, which is large and fairly detailed that I put considerable effort into, will simply be left more or less empty if I don't utilize the space for storage. Unfortunately, that has been the case. I was planning on building some statues, but that probably won't happen. We'll see though. It hasn't happened yet. It might happen though. It's a bit of a dilemma, but in any case, I have yet to finish the roof, so I think I'll wait until then to make final decisions. Also, I would like to mention that I plan on making around 3 stacks of bolts, a couple iron crossbows, and fighting a red dragon I saw next to an epic Mayan temple I found from the back of my rock for a video. Could be epic, only time will tell. And tell it hopefully will, but probably won't, because I don't have enough time, but that's still kind of a dream of mine, so it might happen. Who knows? Stay tuned. Let's see. Entry on January 23rd. Texted to HostileWind. I had the thought that when I get back from my mission, which is what I'm doing in Argentina, I might not have much time for Minecraft. So I should build something that reflects something I'm going to have to give away in favor of putting my future first. Like, build something that's a tribute to my old life. Interesting thought there. And then build the Islander Moana type boat on top to symbolize my future. I don't know what represents my old life well enough. Now that's interesting. I do remember feeling this way. This was, 8 months ago, 10 months ago. Yeah, 10 months ago. Maybe even 11 months ago. And I didn't end up going with the Moana idea. The reason I was doing that is because I want to live in Hawaii in like 3 years. Go to school there. That's how it would symbolize my future. But that isn't happening for sure. And as for something that represents my old life, I am going to make the Songs of War shrine on the roof of my third story be that for me, because Songs of War is what brought me back to Minecraft after a good year of not playing it or something at all, hardly. And then during COVID, I really needed stuff to do. I needed ways to reach out to, my best friend HostileWind and other people. And Songs of War was kind of the thing that kickstarted that for me. That kickstarted that excitement, and it captured my imagination. I started imagining all sorts of situations. This isn't written, by the way, at all in my journal. This is my own thoughts currently. I started imagining all sorts of situations in which I was a hero, or my best friends were heroes, or just heroic figures that I created, I invented. I've written stories about Minecraft heroes just doing things that you can't actually do in game. Like I included like a magic that's based on the elements of the storm, which would be fire, fire. Okay, that sounds really dumb. Fire in this world was acted a little bit differently than it does in reality. But anyway, fire, water, and then I didn't want to include earth. That's what I'm trying to get here. And then I think I included like wind. I'm not really sure how that went. I don't think I included that in the actual story. And then lightning. It was really fun. It felt like Ninjago. But anyway, so Songs of War really helped me kind of envision that and get back into Minecraft as a whole. And of course, eventually RLCraft, which you guys have now all seen. So I want to keep these videos around 10 minutes long. This is a little bit longer, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. It'll probably come in a few weeks. I'm not really sure how I'm going to space these out. But rest assured, they will all come out before May of 2024.